What's the first thing you're gonna do when this COVID thing is all over? I've been trapped in the house with people. So I'm going to spend some time alone. Get some friends in a bar and just talk. It might sound simple, but I want to go to a movie theater and eat nachos with cheese dip. That's what I miss the most. Concerts. Then international travel. Buffets. Like a pub crawl, but with buffets. Gonna hit every buffet in the tri-state area. Fuck it. Cause of death? The commissioner will ask and the coroner will gently cover my smiling, bloated face with a sheet and say buffets. My picture is going to be hung in every Chinese buffet out of sheer respect. I will become the martyr for the home country and the bravest lawman in the Golden Corral. What I'm saying is I'm going to eat at a buffet or two. Go see my mum. She's just off the back of her third cancer of the last 15 years, skin, then breast, then bladder, and I've not been able to see her properly since the pandemic began because I'm terrified of inadvertently passing COVID on. Other than that, a movie night with my friends, all cuddled as close as possible on the big couch. Browse Reddit, I guess. Have a memorial service for my father. Go to Italy. I booked a non-refundable flight there in early 2020 and then this happens. I hope I can get there while the credits are still good. I have never left the US. My son was born just before COVID exploded, and he hasn't seen 3/4 of our family. I want to take him to my hometown to meet his great-grandfather and great-uncles/aunts, as well as his cousins and step-family. I also want to take him to my wife's hometown so he can meet her family and friends. But most of all I want him to be able to play with other children. He's nearly 14 and has never played with another child. All he's ever known is playing with the same 3 adults, and it's not enough. Hug my nieces, family, and friends. I missed them so much. Yell at the kids to get off my lawn because I'll be an old man. Take my partner, who I started dating during COVID, out on a real date. Dinner, drinks, mini golf and the Spam Museum are on the roster. Throw an amazing dinner party with all my favorite people. Hugs on arrival, and spending hours nibbling delicious food and drinking together. Rip my mask off and travel to Europe, got credit from a flight that I couldn't take last year. Maybe try go on actual dates instead of asking for ideas on the internet. Skeptical. Well, I was basically a hermit before COVID hit, so not much has actually changed. I guess I'll just keep on living, man. Probably put on pants. Go back to licking doorknobs. I miss doing that. Visit my grandparents, visiting every possible electronic festival out there, meet my friends, go out to eat good, just enjoy life. Hope I didn't forget how to do all those things after this long time. Go to my favorite Korean barbecue joint. I want to see my grandparents hug my baby for the first time. Choir will resume singing in person, instead of virtually. We'll schedule some uplifting concert performances to celebrate life after COVID, including Beethoven's Symphony No. 9, Ode to Joy. Eat out. Go to the library and browse through the books, have a big party where everyone goes nuts. I want to have a party where everyone wears, brings, eats all of the things we all save for special occasions but never use. If surviving this isn't cause for a special occasion, I don't know what is. It would be fun to share the special bottle of wine with people while everyone's dressed in their fanciest clothes they don't get to wear often. Visit my girlfriend for the first time in over a year. Getting into a long-distance relationship in December 2019 was not the best timing. Go order fresh crab that wasn't frozen somewhere. Anywhere. Honestly, my life right now isn't all that different from pre-COVID. The only real change is that I have to wear a mask now when going outside, which I don't even really mind all that much since it's kinda like a more uncomfortable scarf and it's really fucking cold here right now. I am ready for my glasses to stop fogging up with each breath out though. Travel. Pub. Get the flu. Missing that human contact lol. Looking forward to eating out with the homies. Take off my mask. Hug my friends. I cannot remember the last time I had a good hug from a friend. Hopefully go to a My Chemical Romance concert. It was pushed back to this October, but I don't know if we'll be safe by then. Vacation. I had a trip to Paris planned for May and was ready to pay for it in April. Reluctantly cancelled 2 weeks of leave at work that I ended using during the year. Sitting in my house. Not have to suck air through a mask at the gym. I'm going to fuck the guy I've been texting, eat dinner with him at an actual restaurant and then fuck off to Thailand for 3 months. In that order. Go to my best friend's house and hug her. I haven't been able to see her for over a year. Finally perform on violin in orchestras again. I miss it so much. Take my girlfriend on a date to see a movie in an actual theater. Hug my immunosuppressed mom. I miss her so much. Big jam session. Barbecue. Party. I'm going to hug everyone. I'll probably get arrested, but it will be totally worth it. Masturbate. Can't find space. Too many people at home. Nothing because my life pre-COVID wasn't much different from my life now. So I'll probably just sleep. Get on a plane, not sure where. Meet up with friends and have cooking and board game evenings. Have sleepovers, probably invest too much money in car sharing and train tickets to visit people far away, go to parties, meet up people at the youth group I support. Oh, and hopefully buy a horse. All you can eat restaurant. Also finally able to apply to jobs which were shut down due to COVID. Drink orange juice in public places. I'm going to take my kids to as many places as possible. We have been super vigilant, so they need to get a year's worth of exploring and outside the house learning as soon as possible. Reconnect with my gaming community. I've worked throughout COVID, on COVID wards, on wards thrown together to make room for more COVID, and I've lost colleagues to it. I've tried to keep my mental state above water despite feeling at one point like cannon fodder. I am in need of some face-to-face D&D, Warhammer 40k and anything else I can use to blow off steam for easily the next year or two. I'm gonna get a boyfriend. I'm speaking it into the universe. Candle. Sex. Wow, I miss it. Go to a concert, but secretly resent everyone there because 2020 showed me that most of the people in my country are fucking awful humans who barely can stand to act civilized. Take this fucking mask off. 2 chicks at the same time, man, smirking face. I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna go to my class, and I'm gonna talk to my lovely classmates like normal people again, even though I know they're gonna be upset since school started up again. IDC, talk to me. As soon as mask mandates are over, I'm going to the store. It'll feel liberating as hell, and bring back some humanity seeing full faces of strangers again. Besides that, the only real change is that we haven't been eating out every weekend like we used to, and we'll probably stick to that. The first round of lockdowns last March kicked that habit, and we've saved a ton of money by only going out twice a month or less. Go to a bar and meet people. And eat chicken wings. Evict my non-paying tenant who has been working all along. Kiss my homies. Hang out with my friends, I miss them rip. I would watch every possible film in the cinema because I've missed it so much. Go back home. Take my mum out to a fancy lunch/dinner, try online dating again. Still be home doing nothing. Walk the Camino de Santiago. Or just travel with my car along a coast and put my feet in the sand and listen to the sound of the ocean every morning. Touch everything without gloves. And maybe get drunk in public. Get buzzed at Chili's, hookahs. Go out for a night of dancing. Really miss the atmosphere of music, friends, and not giving a hoot about anything for a few hours. Go to my local pub, get one of the comfy seats next to the fire and relax with a pint while waiting for my friends, ex-colleagues. Lost my job due to COVID, as a bonus there's often dogs in there. Shower. I'm going to fly to California so my family can meet my son. He's my first kid, and my parents' first grandchild. Let my parents hold my newborn daughter. Still staying at home. but with no people around this time. Spit in my friend's mouth. Take my toddler to my hometown to finally meet my dad and brother/nibblings. My mom quarantined for 2 weeks prior and was able to come meet her for her first birthday in the fall, which was great. I also want to have a solo weekend, visiting my girlfriends, going to my favorite bars and restaurants. Concerts. Every single one. Rebook my travel to Japan. We have already cancelled twice, angry face. Have sex with every fat girl who matches on Tinder. Visit my girlfriend regularly. I miss her so much. I'd try to make some friends, or actually see my friends. Take my 2-year-old son to the park so that he can make friends. Find someone to hold throughout the next pandemic. I'm a generally solitary, independent person, but this has been next level. I was fine being single before the pandemic, but Christ, does the isolation wear on you. Go to the range with hopefully decently priced ammo. Same thing I'm doing now, being an introvert, scrolling through Reddit, and pretending I don't exist. Go out, talk to new people and get a girlfriend. Burn my mask. Wait until all of you guys stop overcrowding everything. Eat a fucking bat. Study and school edit. I'll have a Hayao Miyazaki marathon with all of my pre-pandemic friends. Go and give my girlfriend a kiss.